welcome everybody. Welcome to Mercury 80. My name's Sally, and I just wanted to really give an introduction to today's video. I recorded it a few days ago, and just to explain who I'm in contact with. So I had to ask if it was possible to speak with the forest family, the people, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. The answer was yes. So I then said, who am I speaking with? Is it possible to have your name? So I introduced myself, said who I was, where I came from, my family status, as it were, and my age, all this stuff. And I said, so whom am I speaking to? I said, what's the first letter of your name? And we went through the alphabet, and it was C. So I then said, what's the second letter of your name? That was Y. What was the third letter of your name? And that was O. So we got CO. Not a name I'd heard before, so I had to ask, are you male or female? And he is a male. So the full name, I think, is CO Masham, but we'll call him CO, and he's 24 years old. So that was the first name. Well, that felt very successful, having made contact with CO. So I asked, because I felt a slight reticence from him, and I did think maybe I should be speaking to somebody who's probably a bit senior. So I said, do you have a father, CO? And the answer was yes. I said, may I speak with him? And the answer was yes. So I said, am I speaking with the father of CO? Correct. Now I can use some mind speak, but with names I need to use the words, I need to get it correct. So I went through the alphabet. What does the first letter of your name begin with? Is it an A? Is it a B? And it was an A. What is the second letter of your name? It was a B. What was the third letter of your name? And it was an A. Fourth letter of your name? Q. So is your name a back? And he said yes. And I said, and are you the head of this family, the head of the tribe, or the clan? And he said, yes I am. So his name is Abak. I looked it up, and it comes from the Middle East area, and it means Mercury, or Quicksilver. So I asked him, I said, Abak, are you grey in colour? And the answer was yes. So for those of you who might not have spotted it, this channel is called Mercury 80, and it is with a nod towards Abak because he is making this possible. And Mercury, grey, silver, number 80 on the periodic table, so that's where we get them from. I then realised I should find out a little bit about Abak, and I asked him, I said, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, may I ask? And first of all, I got it up in the 90s, but it's been revised considerably. I think he's around 70, late 70 to 80, around about 78. So that was interesting. I then said to Abak, do you have a partner still with us? And the answer was yes. So I then thought, I need to find out what her name is. So we started off going through the alphabet, and it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. So I said, Faba, is that correct? So far, yes. Is there more to this name? And the answer was yes. There's always more. There is always more. The names are usually quite large. And so I could not get this at all. It took a long time, and over a few days, eventually, I got the name of Faba Sequa, which is F-A-B-A S-E-Q-U-A, Faba Sequa, which is a lovely, lovely name. Just while we're here, just pointing out these Y sticks, more Y sticks here. I then asked Abak if he still had parents with us, if they were elders, and the answer was yes. So we'll start with the father. What's your father's name? So went through the whole alphabet rigmarole and got E, D, G, A. Edgar. And Edgar appears to be about 111. I don't think these ages equate with us at all, but I think they are worked out differently to our age, but I'm not sure. I then found out what his wife's name was. Abak's mother, Edgar's wife, partner, mate. I'm not sure how they describe them. And her name is Ahochida. A-H-O-C-H-I-D-A. Ahochida. An unusual name. So we were working our way through the family names, and I thought it would really be appropriate to find out if there are any children. We know of Theo already, but are there any others? And the answer is yes. I was here yesterday and none of this was here, and I'm looking particularly at this arch, and it's connected in with this that doesn't belong to anything. It's floating. So there's been alterations made overnight. There are 4 daughters, and the first is 22 years old, and her name is Mebke, M-E-B-K-J-E. And the second daughter, her name is Abidem, A-B-I-D-E-M, and she is 19 to 20 years old. So I then asked the name of the third daughter, and her name is Leola, L-A-O-L-A, Leola. And Leola is 16 years old, and I did think she was the youngest, but I got it really wrong, and I've since discovered there is yet another one younger than her, and that's primarily because in the area where I research I found so many little feet, small feet. Her name is Gafeba, G-A-F-A-I-B-A, and Gafeba, I believe she's about 10 years old, and I think it's her footprints that were found, the very, very small ones. I'm just holding the camera up here so you get an idea of the size of these glyphs. So I just wanted to explain about Thabasaqua, and she has parents still with us. She has a father called Broxer, and I guess they must be about the same age as Abak's family. Don't know really, haven't got that far. And she has a mother called Sabiba, and they are the ancients, the elders. So trying to find out what Abak's status was, and at first I thought he was running the whole show in this country, but he's not. He's in charge of the area, the northern area. He says there's a lot of people, the people in Scotland, and they live up there because there's more freedoms. I guess pretty much once you get north of Fort William, you're not likely really to bump into much traffic or much people. You can have the rule of the roost and be safe. And then the other area they mentioned was Isle of Man. So I think people will be rushing off to the Isle of Man. And then Sherwood Forest. It was suggested I should point out if there are, and look for specifically, if there are any tridents. Maybe, maybe not. Well, it appears as though they may think we might miss the X's. So apart from using tree limbs, probably these are probably about 8-metre lengths. How can you miss that? You can't miss things like that. They're meant to be found. This is my conclusion. They are meant to be found. So slowly but surely I am learning to mind speak. I realise I've probably always been able to do it, but just not using it or having purpose to use it. But recently I've learned that technology needs to go. You need to switch your phone off, switch your TV off, be out somewhere like this where you've got no distractions from electronics, and it's usually the first thing that comes to your head is the answer, and you can hear it. It's sort of in the back of your head. You can hear the responses, and they're fairly quick. So another question was, this is going to be really silly, but because of the type of sticks and the shapes that are found and the heights of these things, I've been asking, how tall are you? How tall are you guys? I said, are you about my height? Are you double my height? Now I'm 5'8". I said, are you double my height? And it came to, yeah. Are you between 11 foot and 12 foot? Yeah. So 11.5 foot tall. So you can see why these guys do use their cloaked state. Apart from the energy that they would use if they were in their human form, in their physical form all the time, apart from that energy, you've got to think, how would you hide somebody that's 11.5 feet tall, 12 foot tall? They need to have some means of protection. And I guess that's what a lot of this is about. But I think they are an ethereal being. They're good at tech, invention, creation, technology, things to live by, dwellings, utilising things. They are more in the state of the mind, I believe. I think what they do is they're able to use parts of our mind that we have either long forgotten that we can use, never ever use, or don't know how to use, or just do not have that ability. And I think for a lot of us, we just do not have the ability. So the mind speak, we can do it, we just need to learn how. As for going invisible, not a chance. Not a chance. I think they have many more dimensions to them, but I don't understand it, and that's all the woo. And that's part of this, we have to accept so much woo, so much high strangeness. We want to learn it all now, but we'll be shown when they think we're ready for it, I guess.